What is up, guys? Welcome to the Hackers League opening ceremony. Today, we are going to meet some of our esteemed, some of the best in the industry, some of the biggest and brightest minds in crypto, as we uncover who has sponsored and who has got involved with our second iteration of the Hackers League. This is a huge moment for us. It's the first time where we've brought sponsors into what was really initially a proof of concept in the summer. We run 13 boot camps across the world in 13 cities simultaneously. We recorded video from every side. We posted hundreds of posts about it, and we raised 1,000 hackathon applicants. Out of the boot camps from our last round in the summer, 14 of those boot camp participants actually became winners in the hackathon and claimed some of the prizes. This winter, we're doing it double the size. So the Hackers League is 20 boot camps from London to Bangkok, from Tbilisi to Bangalore. There are boot camps in a city, coming to a city near you. Each one of them is 3 days long. And the goal of the boot camps is to get you from idea to pitch. Once you have a pitch, you should be ready to apply for the hackathon. The hackathon's online, it's already running. So if you've already got a pitch, if you've already got a great idea, you can already apply. Just go to eco.ton.org and find the link to apply to the Hackers League. But today we are opening up the ceremony. We're introducing some of the sponsors. So what is the Hackers League? Well, the idea is to create a way for projects to come together, find their founders, find marketers, find other developers that are interested in building on Ton, and really bring them together in a new and fun way in real life. The space is still small, the space is still growing, and it's important to connect and meet other minds in the industry, other people that want to be involved, but may be waiting for that co-founder. They may be waiting for a marketer to join the team to even think about getting started. They may be waiting for someone with Telegram mini apps experience. If you're one of those people, come to the boot camps, join the Hackers League, be part of what's happening. So next week is our first boot camp. Starts in London on the 10th and 11th. We are integrating into Zebu Live. It's London's biggest Web3 event. Then we finish off in Bangkok at the end of the next 5 weeks, 6 weeks. We finish off in Bangkok at just after DevCon on the 15th and 16th of November. So between then, we have all of these boot camps, all this good times, and it's pretty much all we're going to be talking about for the next 6 weeks. So want to dive a little bit into the details of the hackathon before we get started and before we introduce our partners. So the hackathon has 5 general tracks, and then we now have 4 title sponsors who each have their own dedicated track within the hackathon. So the 5 general tracks, if Helena, you can explain a little bit about who the tracks are and who we're bringing on as named partners for these tracks.
Definitely. First of all, I am extremely happy to have this opening ceremony. We have worked for quite a time to make sure that this hackathon happens, and I'm very, very happy to see that we already have a lot of teams applying, and I'm very excited to see how many more teams and how many more interesting projects are going to be on our list and on our showcase page. And this time we are encouraging the participants to look into these five tracks. The interoperability track, which is sponsored by GSR, the on-chain data analytics track, which is sponsored and supported by Arkham, the gaming and onboarding track, which is sponsored by Adsgram, and the DeFi track sponsored by Curve Finance, and the social Web3 and utility tracks. So these are those main tracks that we are now implementing at the hackathon, but Actually, that doesn't mean that you can't work on any other ideas and you really have to fit into the frames. The tracks at the hackathon, they mean that those are those directions that we are suggesting to look at and that we are suggesting to explore. And you can just choose whatever track you think fit the most for your idea and be creative and be innovative. And of course, we are gonna be evaluating the projects based on their originality and based on their business model and based on their concept and on their value for the ecosystem first, not based on how well these projects fit the tracks. So please just perceive the tracks as some very initial inspiration and reference from us, and those main verticals that we just suggest to discover.
Perfect. That's a very good point. You don't need to fit into a box. With these tracks are guidelines for you to figure out and bring you ideas on what project you could potentially build on Ton. So thank you for that detail, Helena. So now we're going to bring up our title partners, and I want to introduce everyone to these faces. These guys are going to become massive parts of, a few of them are already huge parts of Ton ecosystem. Looking at you, Vitaly at DeDust and Rostislav from Ton Apps. These guys are already a massive part of Ton ecosystem, and some of them are new entrants, wanting to make a splash, wanting to help the projects on Ton build and become massive and get the best start out of this hackathon. So I want to introduce, I'm just going to go around in the order I see everyone. So Karen from Gate Ventures, great to have you here. Thanks for joining us. How are you doing today?
Thanks for having me. Thank you. Great event.
And we got Eddie from AEON. How are you doing, Eddie?
Hey, nice to meet you guys. Great event. Looking good.
Hey, Rostislav from Ton Apps. How are you doing?
Nice to meet you. Happy to see you here.
And Vitaly, how's things?
I'm excited. I'm excited to be here today.
Let's go. Okay. So, Karen, you have your own dedicated track within the hackathon, and I believe you have a little bit of a presentation you want to quickly go through to show people what's included in that track. So, without further ado, take it away.
Thank you. Yeah, hello everyone. I'm Karen from Gate Ventures. Can you see my screen now?
Not yet.
Right now. Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah. So Gate Venture, as everyone knows that we are VC arm of Gate.io, a crypto exchange. But Gate Ventures actually is a pure VC and specializes in early stage investment. We're very passionate about to support visionary startup and the potential team to especially build on Ton ecosystem. And this is our thing that we all know we are still in the very early stage of mass adoption. And this is why we are so bullish on Ton ecosystem, able to expand or onboard Web2 user to Web3 easily, and definitely provide some, infrastructure and then allow everyone to be innovated, especially on application layer, gaming, mini apps. So we are excited to announce what we are participant to be the title sponsor this year, Winter 2024, and I would love to announce our track. It's called Gaming and Mini App, sponsoring by Gate Ventures. We are excited to see all of the innovation projects in gaming and mini app, and we will provide 20K grants to our track, to top 3, and also the $500,000 in capital to support overall hackathon projects that we're choosing. So we are looking for GameFi, Game Studio, and mini app projects and build on Ton for specific. And what are the requirements? Very easy, but you definitely have a minimum viable products to let all of the judge to evaluate the project's core features and have functional and user-friendly mechanism. And also, for example, monetization model is also important, and tokenomic and blockchain gaming value. Also, the strategy alignment with Gate. Gate going to build on Gate already built a C5 mini app on Ton ecosystem, and we're going to extend our function, which is Scan Center, to invite all of the partner game studio to onboarding easily with their, no matter on user acquisition or marketing campaign, also P2P in the futures. So this is our requirement. And what we provide, we also provide some co-marketing resource as a venture plus exchange. So user acquisition campaign, token listing process, liquidity management strategy, or connect with all of the Web3 expert. Also, $500,000 in capital. Yep. Welcome to join us, Gaming and Mini App, sponsoring by Get Ventures. Thank you.
Fantastic. Awesome to see such a massive, massive commitment to Tom projects, 500K in committed capital and 20K in grants for people qualifying and winning that Ton mini apps track sponsored by Gate Ventures. Awesome to see. Eddie and at AEON, what is going on with your track?
Nice. So first of all, thank you, to Jack, for hosting this great event. I mean, what the Ton Society has done is amazing, amazing. So yes, we have high hope for its success and all the best wishes to the participant as well. So AEON, we do payments, right? So we're becoming the largest PayFi protocol, hopefully on Ton. And we have integrated with so many important partners, including Citizen and all the other high traffic apps. So we're seeing a lot of attractions from Ton, and this is what really we value. And this is why we also want to be a title sponsor and encourage people to build more stuff on Ton and also integrate with us. What we are offering as AEON is 3 key abilities. So first is aggregated payment rails from wallets across chains or exchanges like Binance or Gate or OK or that. And the other is the payment methods like subscription payments, pre-auth payments, help builders to build different scenarios. And the third is to generate yields with your collected payment revenue from CDFI. This is what we're offering. For more details, you can just check aeon.xyz, so aeon.xyz. There's documentations, there's intro, all that sort of things. So on our track, right? So we are really looking for utility apps that can really be using payment as a key feature to break the wall between Web3 and Web2. That's the thing that we're really looking at. But of course, gaming is something we value that as well, value very hard as well. Part of the reason is that we are also hosting another hackathon. It's a brotherhood hackathon with this one as well, right? It's called Game On. And then the grand prize is around like 4 million, including grants, services, and investments, right? So that's pretty juicy. But what we're really looking at for gaming is also how they can utilize AEON as a payment protocol to help with the monetizations. This is what we're looking at for. What we will be giving you guys if you integrate with us in this I guess Ton hacker stick is that first, if you're a game, we will also be accepting you into our hackathon as well, so that you can be receiving exposures from all the major exchanges, like including OKX, also Gate as well, Bybit, all these exchanges, and also our venture group as well. All those things are guaranteed. The other thing is, if you're not building a game, that's fine as well. But if you're using AEON, we will have additional investment opportunities from our venture networks. That includes Nomad Capital, Oak Grove Ventures, and all the other venture group we have already with the hackathon. And some of the big names I cannot disclose now, but trust me, that some more details will reveal. As a conclusion for all of these, integrate with us so that you can have more investment opportunities, and also you get more exposures from a lot of from both hackathons. So this is about our track.
Fantastic. So AEON's a special case because we have a concurrent hackathon running at the same time as ours. We're brothers. We're moving in the same in the same stream. We're moving towards the same goals. More projects on Ton. AEON, you guys are having a bit of a US-based bootcamp situation, right?
Exactly. We will have a U.S. tour as well. Among all the universities and things, we'll have promotion and exposures out there as well. So if there are any projects that's excellent and good and with us, we can also deliver to the U.S. side of things as well.
Fantastic. So excited to see the bootcamp timeline for the US. Having never done anything there, we don't know how it's going to go. We don't know how the US market's going to feel about Ton, but it's interesting that we're getting involved with you guys there.
Ton is huge. I'm pretty sure people will love it.
Yeah. Well, of course, everyone loves Ton, right? But next up, we got Rostislav from Ton Apps, who has I believe a short presentation as well about their Ton Apps track.
Yes, hello, I'm here.
Hey Rostislav, can you tell us a little bit about the Ton Apps track?
Yes, so right now I'm downloading the presentation. So 1 second. Maybe Vitaly can start.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's jump to Vitaly. Vitaly from DeDust, you guys are coming in a big way to be part of this hackathon. Why you got involved and why are you so excited about it?
Well, first of all, it's needless to say, it is an honor for me to be here. And it is a pleasure to see so many talented people, talented developers willing to participate, willing to dive in. I don't want to tire you with the details of our track. You will have enough time to learn about them. But what I'd like to do today is to encourage participants. Today, DeDust is well known as a DEX responsible for the majority of trading volume in the ecosystem. It is also well known as a DEX that survived the biggest listing in the ecosystem. I'm talking about DOGS, token listing. But most importantly, DeDust is a DEX that was built by a developer. Just like the majority of you, the majority of participants participated in this event. And it is still operated independently by a tiny team. So it all started as a bold idea, driven by pure enthusiasm, I hope just like in many cases of participants. And a giant step for DeDust was participation in a hackathon, in another hackathon hosted by Ton Foundation, where we scored the first place. It gave us momentum to push DeDust to heights where we are located now. And we know how difficult it is to develop on Ton, and we know how challenging it is to stand out among competitors. And even though DeDust now is the most flexible and the most developers-friendly DeFi protocol in the ecosystem, we keep evolving in this direction. And our goal is to make DeDust the best partner to bring your ideas to life. And our track will require you to build solutions on top of the DeDust protocol. And as we constantly develop and release new features, you should expect new tools and new opportunities delivered during the hackathon. And for now, stay tuned. And let's build something awesome together. Thank you and good luck.
Absolutely awesome to have you guys involved. I actually didn't even know that you were a hackathon winner. So that's very, very cool that you're a hackathon winner coming round circle, now a title sponsor of one of the hackathons, and coming in with your own technology track. What a fantastic cycle and journey. Awesome to have you guys here, Vitaly. So Rostislav, are we ready to go with the Ton Apps track?
Yes. So right now I want to explain some our ideas, because we build it a lot for the developers, and for us, developers is the main direction. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. And for us, developers right now is the main direction. So we understood that in this moment, we can share our user base and our expert resources for them. And we prepared, I think, most versatile set of the rewards for hackathon participants, because previously in the huge hackathons in the Ton ecosystem, we didn't participate. And right now we want to, do you see my screen?
Yep.
Yes, so I should download the file. Right now we trying to make something big because we have set of ready-to-use tools for our partners, and these tools expanded for existing audience of our developers is more than 5,000 in this moment. And biggest projects in the industry is our partners, like wallet from Telegram, like some of the prominent wallets and centralized and decentralized exchanges. And right now, Ton API is a very popular solution in the market. And also, we prepared some really insane tools which improves communication of the developers with users. And we know how to scale project from scratch to the really big scale. And right now I show you our opportunities. So we are developing 3 main products. It's Ton Keeper, Ton Viewer, and Ton API. And in this hackathon, we want to share resources. This is mandatory requirements for our projects who want to be eligible for our rewards. First is authorization through the Ton Connect, most impactful standard to sign and transactions and authorize in the ecosystem. Second requirement is using of Ton API, because Ton API allows for developers to interact with Ton blockchain very easy, without very sophisticated stuff, and only with HTTP GET and POST requests. And only we prepared optional requirements. Optional requirements includes Ton Keeper messages, because projects starting from MVP to the scaling and trying to make success during the first investments in the first stages, they need to acquisition. But biggest problem for experience of hundreds of projects on Ton is the reactivation of users. And we have tool for our participants, and winners will receive really significant pockets and guideline for Ton Keeper messages, because these messages was used by really big gamers in this industry, and it works really well in terms of impact for metrics. And also we have our payment system. This is decentralized payment system, Ton Invoices, which allows to receive and track payments based on Ton. And during next 2 weeks, we will prepare solution to use this also with USDT on Ton. And in next slide, you can see our set of rewards, which be announced in the next Monday. We preparing cash prizes, Ton API credits, which allows to minimize costs for the infrastructure for projects. We have this in form of the promo codes. Also, we can make rewards like Ton Keeper messages for winners, which aligned with our strategy and our vision of the Ton apps super app ecosystem. We also can propose some custom promotion without any kind of payment. And also, top 10 projects will receive mentorship from our team, because our team is one of the big contributors in the ecosystem. We developed at early stage the Ton Connect standard, WL5 gasless standard, and we are contributing a lot in their core Ton blockchain infrastructure. So that's all, and I'm happy to see you, and I hope that this will be hackathon which creates really big boost for all the ecosystem. And we are going to this from the point of view from DApps, which allows to every project be visible into Ton Keeper, Ton Viewer, or Telegram. Thanks.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Rostislav, for taking us through that. Cash prizes, mentorship from one of the most integral, most important teams in the Ton ecosystem, the creators of Ton API, Ton Viewer, and Ton Keeper. pretty massive rewards for being part of that track and qualifying for it. So talking about rewards, we're going to go to the next section where we're going to talk about what are the prizes. So everyone here has put in some prizes. Ton Foundation has put in prizes. Ton Society is giving prizes. And we actually have a total soft committed capital from some of the biggest VCs in the space. So the support doesn't just end after the hackathon. The support will continue on afterwards into the next stage. So what are the prizes? So in terms of cash, we have over $485,000 worth of cash prizes in total for some of the winners of the hackathon. We also have a Telegram ads grants. So we run a lot of Telegram ads in the ecosystem with Ton Society, and we have a dedicated budget for hackathon winners to help them grow their channels, get a great start. The Hackers League is another brother project with the Open League. So the Open League is our competition between projects where projects compete to bring users to their apps and holders to their tokens. And the more people that use it, the more people that get rewarded. So Open League incentives for hackathon projects is in total $500,000 worth of prizes there. And then within the partner tracks, with AEON's track, there's $2 million from AEON, there's $1 million from Alibaba, $1 million from Gate, a total of $3 million just for that track. With Ton Apps and DeDust and Gate Ventures, we've heard some of the amazing things that they're giving in this last presentation. And then finally, we sold out all of the sponsorships, but we had so much interest from VCs that wanted to get involved and wanted to bring more capital into Ton ecosystem and see this hackathon as the main way to find good projects, to sort what is a massively growing and fast growing ecosystem and find the projects that they should be looking at and investing money into. So we've managed to, over the last 2 weeks, in fact, scramble together. We've been working extremely hard to provide the best start for projects as they come out at the end of this hackathon. And very happy to say we've got $2.1 million in committed capital from our capital partners: Kenetic Capital, Gate Ventures, Ton Ventures, MEXC Ventures, and Foresight Ventures. So all of these guys have committed capital to the winners of this hackathon. And we're going to hear from them now. So let's bring up Vlad from Ton Foundation, who's going to talk a lot about what kind of projects you should be building. Let's bring up Min, Karen, John, and Ian, and let's say a round of hellos first. Vlad, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm very good. Here's
Good stuff.
Pilot from Ton Foundation, and I would love to present all of the tracks which we're gonna have in the DeFi. So let me in, or I gonna do what you say. What's the agenda?
Yeah, so we'll just give a quick round of intros first. Ian from Ton Ventures. Everyone probably knows Ian. Ian, how are you doing?
Hey, it's great to be here. I think everyone on this call right now is in the right place. So thanks for hosting this, Jack.
No worries. Let's go. Karen, we've already said hello to you, so I hope you don't mind if we just skip straight through to Min from Foresight Ventures.
Sure.
How are you, Min?
I'm good, thank you. Hi everyone, this is Min. I'm a partner at Foresight Ventures. And Jack, thanks for hosting this and thanks for having me.
Absolutely, my pleasure. John Fiorelli, partner from Kenetic Capital. How are you doing, my friend?
Doing great. Thanks for having us, Jack. Really excited about the Hacker League coming. Really excited to see all the projects, and happy to support in any way we can.
Fantastic. Well, great to have you here. So, what projects are we looking for in this hackathon, guys? We've got potentially 2,000 applications. That's our target for this hackathon. Out of those 2,000 applications, what do we want to see? What is most important? What do you think Ton is missing? What could we have more inside of Ton? let's answer some of those questions. And I'm going to go around just in the order we've got here. So Vlad, from your side on the DeFi, what do we need on Ton? What are you excited to see built?
So I would love to start with the previous hackathon, and the last hackathon gave us like more than 20 good one projects in the DeFi, and right now we have 30 more products on the DeFi Llama, but we're still on early stage with our DeFi ecosystem. You know, if you're gonna go to the DeFi Llama across all of the chains, you're gonna find them the same pattern that usually like top 10 protocols is the IMM protocols, bridges, CDPs, CLMM protocols, lending protocols, some staking and restaking, and that's what we need at first. And in this hackathon, we have a few tracks. So first track is the CDPs. It's like the MakerDAO or Frax or CRVUSD. So it's collateral deposition protocols, which allow you to mint the synthetic assets based on the collateral. That's the first track. The another one is the CLMM, Constant Liquidity Market Maker. It's like Uniswap v3, and we definitely need it because we don't have it right now. Then the third track is the yield farming optimizers, yield farming strategy aggregators, everything around the yield farming, because we need more yield farming opportunities on chain. Then we have some interoperability track to connect our solutions with the other chains. And that's pretty much it. But we still have another one track. It's more fancy. If you have any ideas how to leverage that Ton tech, our sharding, our async blockchain, it's a special track for you. So imagine if you are burned and don't know about any other blockchains except Ton. You are with Ton, and what's your thoughts how we can leverage the Ton tech? That's a special track for the research and some ideas with the implementation around the Ton technologies. And if you have any other things which can leverage DeFi on Ton, any other strategies, optimizers, any other fancy DEXs, any other lending protocols, soft liquidation, synthetic assets, bring your ideas. We happy to see you, and we have a lot of prizes in the DeFi track for different directions. And let's keep in touch. We're gonna have amazing boot camps around the world. So I will be there, and I'm gonna help you to choose the right direction. And I wish you luck.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Vlad, for taking us through so much opportunity in the DeFi space on Ton. It's basically a blue ocean opportunity to come and build what has been a successful project in other places, and come and bring it to Ton and scale it to millions and millions of users, like most of the projects on Ton are doing right now. Ian, what about on the Ton venture side? You know intimately. I love how you call it the Telegram and Ton design space. What is it you're looking for out of this?
Yeah, so I'll first start by saying I think everyone on this call is truly in the right place. You know, we heard from DeDust earlier. DeDust was the hackathon winner in March of 2023. You know, so they've been grinding for a long time, but this was their entry point into the Ton and Telegram ecosystem. Second, a question I get all the time. People are like, Ian, you know, what project should I start? What project should I found? You know, I hear this AI narrative is hot and these things. And I started answering that question in the following way by kind of repurposing this concept of ikigai, which is a Japanese concept around finding your purpose in life. So the project you should be founding is something that you are passionate about, that you are good at, that you can get paid to do, or essentially there's a problem that is of scale that you can be paid to solve. And that helps a lot of people. I think the worst thing that can happen a lot of times is people found something because they think they can fundraise on that idea, but they're not necessarily passionate about it. You know, being a founder in many ways is like a very rational thing to do. And it's something that you're going to have to stick with and iterate, you know, years into the future. So make sure it's something you're super passionate about. And then, you know, people are like, okay, but kind of tell me the 3 or 4 areas that you still think are good to build in. And I tell them, well, I can tell you where I think the billion-dollar businesses are within Telegram and Ton, this design space that Jack was talking about. Advertising is an obvious vertical. And specifically, there's a lot of tools missing in performance marketing and learning a lot more about how those advertisements are performing and advertiser satisfaction. DeFi, I mean, Vlad covered a lot of the DeFi use cases. I would personally love to see more on remittance. That does get into the type of founder who's going to need to be able to engage in kind of on off ramp some regulatory things, but the size of that market is massive. Gaming is well known. We're starting to see a shift maybe from hyper casual games into more, you can call them mid-core games or progressive games. These types of games are very hungry for different methods of monetization. So the monetization stack in gaming is going to be huge. And last, the creator economy. So Pavel Durov kind of kicked this off in February of 2024 when he talked about splitting Telegram's ad revenue with channel creators 50-50 and making those payouts on Ton. And now I think you see a lot of people say, well, wait, can we launch channel tokens? Can we do cashback? What other ways can we actually incentivize people building great content in Telegram on Ton? So those are the four ways or four verticals that I think are super interesting. And lastly, I'll just say, really excited to be here with you guys. I said at the beginning that in many ways, like being a founder is irrational, but I think this is a great place to do it rationally and be surrounded by people who want to see you succeed in an ecosystem that's going to support you financially and in other ways as well.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Ian. Advertising is definitely one we could use more of. There is such an opportunity to build Web3 advertising that rewards everyone involved on Ton with the amount of users that Telegram has, with the amount of eyeballs that are coming into the ecosystem. Karen from Gate Ventures, how are you doing? What's your thesis on what people should be building on Ton at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, gaming, like the audience mentions, a lot of questions from the YouTube asking what is the criteria for Gate Ventures investing in a gaming project. I think the majority of the criteria definitely for sure is traction, and then scalability, and also the sustainability. Those are the three key for a ventures team to invest in projects. And now that is kind of a lack of innovation, or say it's kind of like we hope have more diversity of different game. For example, not only casual game or mini game, but also can collaboration with some education game or crypto learning, or even like farming games, or even in the future we can see more MMORPG game built on Tom. So I think that is our perspective from Gate Ventures.
Awesome. So less tap to earn, more real games is what you're saying, Karen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Min from Foresight, what about you?
Yeah, I think other guest speakers have highlighted those things we're also looking out for. But I like to add, so as a person with over 10 years of Web2 background and experience, and seeing how WeChat mini apps and WeChat Pay have evolved over the past few years, I know the power and impact of Telegram's 900 million users can bring to blockchain. So as we put WeChat as a reference, we can think of two ways. So number one, the top mini apps categories and the business model proven in WeChat, we can definitely replicate in the Telegram and Ton ecosystem. For example, the games, e-commerce, advertisement, online to offline services, content platforms. So these are our like the top media apps categories, and with like very big profits already proven in the WeChat ecosystem. But right now, I see some teams on Telegram and Ton ecosystem, they're building that, but still at early stage. So we expect to see more projects in those sectors. And the number two mentality we can think of is what WeChat couldn't have done, but Telegram as a more open platform with a more global user base can do. For example, PayFi, DeFi, etc. So I think there's still vast potential for the TON ecosystem, as we are very bullish on this ecosystem, and a little more introduction of what we have done. So we've been very active in the TON ecosystem since last year. We've invested 30 million in TON blockchain. We've also initiated a 20 million ecosystem fund, specifically dedicated to the TON ecosystem. And I think the first wave of clicker games have achieved great success, but this is only the beginning. So we expect to see more innovations on the general Telegram and TON ecosystem with more sustainable business models. And we prefer projects that can bring massive Web2 users with real values to the blockchain world. So I'm super excited about this collaboration between TON Society and Foresight Ventures, and look forward to seeing all the innovative products and excellent teams working on TON.
That is awesome, Min. Thank you so much for taking us through it. And it's a vision very close to mine as well. I think we need more Web 2.5 projects, projects that actually are used by people to do the services they want to do, right? Travel, you buy things, get entertainment, entertain themselves, be more social. All of these places that the majority of people spend all the time, adding Web3 features to them. That's what I'm excited to get out of this hackathon. And I really hope, John, you've still got some great ideas. I know you do, because I left you to last, but hopefully you're agreeing with us here and you've got some more to add.
Yes, I agree violently. I can tell that this would make a great panel at a conference somewhere, and being the last in the list, damn you, Jack, just kidding. But I think that the, first of all, so I'm really just gonna try and add to everyone else, as best I can. I mean, first of all, Vlad crushed it on the DeFi side. I think he named everything that I would like to see. The only thing that I think he missed that could resonate with Telegram users, many of whom are still normal, not quite degen-ish, is having exposure to RWA and having maybe more medium risk type of assets in terms of yield generation and aggregation. That would be it, Vlad. I think you killed it on everything else. Just to add to Ian's point from a gaming perspective, I really want to see more like play to play and then earn. We've done a lot of great tapping together over months now, and now we want to have a lot more monetization around missionary as much as mercenary. Not that tapping is mercenary. So we definitely want a lot more of that. And so to add to Min's point, we've seen, I mean, there's 400,000 developers in the WeChat ecosystem. So to your point, what part of the Venn diagram are you not able to achieve in WeChat? Well, cryptos is one of really obvious part, but also just getting into monetization. So I think adding on to Ian's point, where we're talking about content creation and ad networking, one way of describing it is influencer monetization and community development. We already see it. What's the most kind of discrete structural way that we can do that? If there are applications that offer infrastructure to do that, that would be amazing. We've seen it in the Web 2 landscape. We need a little more Web 3-ish so that it's really seamless. I love Ian's point about remittances. That's a huge gaping hole just waiting to be tapped, especially for anybody who can really organize ramps, right? That's 90% of the problem, isn't it? So yeah, I'm really just adding on to you guys right now because I'm loving everything everyone is saying. That's what I would add. At the core of it, I think, to Ian, I guess I'm adding on to Ian's point, do something you're passionate about, but really with a user base that you understand and empathize with really well. And I think that's the core of what Ian was saying. If I could add on to that is have a passion for your user, figure out what their core problem actually is and work towards the problem and have a very clear problem statement. And from there you can have a solution. So yeah, super excited about this cohort, and thanks for having me.
That's awesome. What a great view of what should be built on TON. And it's very interesting. No one said like, I want more tap to earn projects, because I think tap to earn is really like, it's been misunderstood as like a whole sector of TON. It's not, it's just simply a launch strategy that every single project, be it a DeFi one, be it an e-commerce one, be it another game, be it a be it a collateralized debt position protocol, right? Like every project can use that tap to earn strategy to grow and scale and launch their product to millions of users before you've actually got the product. So use that as a launch strategy, not as the be all and end all of everything that you're doing on Ton. Okay, so well, I just want to say thank you to all of you guys, because you've all committed capital to these projects that we'll be building in this hackathon. And that for us was the absolute game changer. We hadn't gone down the route initially of with this hackathon of actually having a capital partner segment and tier. But because of the interest of you guys, because you guys were pushing for it, you wanted the exposure to Ton ecosystem, we decided to add it. And now it just made this hackathon so much more valuable for people to get involved. So I really want to say thank you to Ton Ventures, Karen at Gate Ventures, Min and John, and also MEXC Ventures, who aren't here today. But thank you so much for joining us. This is epic, and I'm going to move on to the next section here. Let's bring up Helena and myself on the screen, and let's go through what projects can actually expect to find and see after the hackathon. So, you know, you've done your hackathon, you've competed, you've done extremely well. You know, you've got some prizes. You may be ready to talk to a VC. You may be looking for a warm introduction. All of that stuff and more is what you're going to get. So I want to go through some of the programs which we have post-hackathon, which will help you to really take your project to the next level. Make sure you're supported all through the very, very earliest stage, and all towards making your launch like the most successful, biggest launch that you can possibly have on Ton. So Helena, I want you to just talk us through Ton Nest, because this is your baby, as it were. This is what you've been creating, and you've created such an amazing community. What is Ton Nest, and how does it work, and how's it going to help builders at the end of the hackathon?
Definitely. This is one of the most fun and cozy projects I have worked on since the beginning of my time at Ton. And actually, Ton Nest is one of the first programs that the projects from the hackathon are, first of all, eligible for. Second of all, are definitely invited to join, because the Ton Nest program is a program where we don't have any strict requirements, rules, any pressure, and that's basically the community that we build in order to be able to support more early stage projects, more early stage founders. And as a community where we have three main parts of a successful project journey, we are providing the workshops, and we are inviting a lot of very cool mentors that are able to support the founders, support the teams with advice, with introductions, with expertise, and with knowledge. And we are running marketing support for those projects that are just launching, that are just showing their first ever traction, first ever user acquisition. And we are running a leaderboard with rewards for those that are performing, for those that are successfully implementing all of the skills that they're learning, and onboarding the users and gaining the popularity in the ecosystem. So the Ton Nest program is the very first program that all of the hackathon projects from the summer hackathon were invited to join, and now we already have more than 200 teams that all have pitched live or participated in the hackathon, which means pitched, and that and that ensures that the whole chat of the projects, the whole community, the whole group of those that are coming for the session, that are talking to each other, they are all having the same journey. They are all striving to the same goal of building a successful project, and that's what helps that will help the founders to get the first ever collaborations, to get the partnerships, and to start their project, to kickstart their journey of building, of onboarding, and of iterating. So I definitely I definitely can guarantee that if you are joining the hackathon, if you're hacking at the Hackers League hackathon, if you are attending the boot camps, you are already invited to join the Tonless program and to run your project, even if you don't win the hackathon. The life definitely doesn't end on the submission date, on the winner's announcement date at the hackathon. That's just the start. And that's what I like about Ton, that while we are running this very large hackathon, and this is a massive online and offline competition, and this is a very good way to launch the project, to start some new product. This is just the beginning, and those that win, they get a lot of prizes and a lot of push from the sponsors, from the partners, and from the Ton ecosystem team. But not only those that are the best out of the best at the date of the submission, and actually all of the rest of the projects are also eligible for a lot of different programs, such as Tonest and other ones.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Well, it's awesome to see, and the growth of Tonest has been so good after the last hackathon. It's great to have a community where people can go straight after finishing the hackathon, just to be in the same community as people at the same level, right? The same stage of development, the same stage of going through building a project on Ton, so everyone can help everyone. And each one of those stages, right, be it stage 1, 2, or 3, stage 1 at the idea, stage 2 at the MVP, and stage 3 at the 100K user level, each one of those stages is exclusive, right? So you're not with all of the every project that's ever wanted to build on Ton. You're only with the projects at the same level, and then you qualify and for the next stage. I think that's really cool. It's really useful to projects that want to on what need advice and need help and need co-founders, need marketers, need designers, because you're all in the same level, all in the same boat together. So great program. Thank you, Helena, for taking us through that. Once you've come out of the nest, what we have there for you is Ton Accelerator. So Ton Accelerator is backed by Ton Ventures, and it's an acceleration program that's kind of all thought out from start to finish, exactly how to launch your project, build your go-to-market, integrate with all of the exchanges, make sure you've got all of the right connections in the Ton ecosystem, building the right partnership strategy. Everyone in Ton ecosystem is a big family, right? So we want to come together. Everyone wants to support everyone else. And all of these traffic apps, these tap to earn apps, partner with other projects that are doing well. And in order to get that partnership, you may need a warm introduction, right? So these are the types of things where, if you're part of the accelerator, these additional types of values that connect you to the right people and right systems to grow become available to you. Then we have Ton Ventures, of course. So Ton Ventures is Ian's project. Ian was here. They've committed $500,000 of capital to the projects that are winning the hackathon this year. So their support is also similar to Accelerator, by building the right connective tissue for the next stage, that early stage where you're just post-launch and you've already got some traction and you're ready to take it to the next stage, to Series A, Series B kind of level. So we also have the Open League. As I said before, it's a project that pays users for playing. It's an amazing user acquisition tool for Ton projects to be part of the Open League. Hackers League projects get direct access straight into the Open League, and the Open League will be running for several more years, we hope. It's a long-term program. We're always improving. Ton Foundation is always trying to improve the way that the Open League works, make it better for projects, make it better for users. And this season 6 that we've just started, actually rewards users with airdrops. So there's 2 airdrops. If you use the apps on Ton, you can qualify for an airdrop by minting an on-chain badge and being part of the Open League. If you use DeFi projects on Ton, you can mint the DGen on-chain badge and you can qualify for that airdrop. So there's 2 airdrops in season 6. Then maybe the next season is not announced yet, and we're actually in a pause just at the moment because of the massive airdrops we've had over the last few weeks. So look out for more news about the Open League Season 6 starting back up, and projects that go from the hackathon, win the hackathon, go straight into the Open League. So they become a massive part of the user awareness of the ecosystem. And then finally, with our new capital partner tier and all those great capital partners that you met before, all of the winners will be judged by our judges. And the finalists will all be warm introed into that capital partner network that was just on the screen with us here. That in itself is a massive, massive opportunity to get onto the right tables where you can pitch your project and you can potentially receive some funding. So fantastic post-hackathon support, as well as all the prizes, over $3.4 million of prizes for people participating in this hackathon. We've been working really hard at it. We want this to be the best hackathon there's ever been in the TON ecosystem. We want to bring 2,000 new projects onto TON over the next 6 months, and this is our way of helping to do it. So we're going to wrap up. What a great ceremony. Thank you, Helena, for organizing this, and thank you for all of our sponsors, which you've heard from today. How do you get involved? This is the next final step that I need to cover. So how do you get involved? Go to eco.ton.org right now, and you will find the Hackers League Winter Hackathon page. You can apply to the hackathon there, and you can also find the list of all the different boot camps. So why don't we just reel off just quickly, just to end it, where all of these hackathons, all of these boot camps are. Helena, maybe you can help with the schedule here. So we start off in London the next week on the 10th and the 11th. Where's the next boot camp after that? And can we let's just run through them real quick so everyone knows if their city is called out.
That's a perfect opportunity, and I think that's what helps to outreach the people that live close by to those cities that we run the hackathons in, because there's a lot of them. So you definitely can find a location that will be a good one for you. So right after London, I start the Warsaw Bootcamp. And the Warsaw Bootcamp is the bootcamp that I personally run. So please come to the Warsaw Bootcamp and let's meet in real life. But besides that, we are going to be having Bangalore, Tbilisi, and Astana boot camps running from 11th of October until 13th of October, which is Friday to Sunday. So it's a perfect opportunity to go and meet like-minded people on the weekends, talk to, network, find a team, match, build, pitch, and figure out an idea that you want to be building for the next couple of months at least. And then we are continuing the next weekend in Minsk, Amsterdam, and Paris. And I am also going to be in Paris for the bootcamp. And that's the first time that we are running the bootcamps in Amsterdam and Paris both. So please come and join these new locations. Rostislav is going to be speaking in Paris. That's what I know for sure. And there's a great outline of the speakers in all of these locations, of course. And the next weekends after that, starting from October 25th until October 27th, we are continuing in Gurugram, India, and in Berlin. Then we're having the gateway. So of course, for the gateway, we're doing a small pause, and we're continuing on the next weekends after the gateway in Kyiv, Yerevan, Belgrade, and Ho Chi Minh in Vietnam. And so we're closing the wave of the boot camps on November 17. From November 15 until November 17, we are running the boot camps in Hong Kong, Istanbul, and Manila. So all of these locations are going to be hosting 3-day offline bootcamps. And on each of these bootcamps, we are going to be having the TON team joining, the core TON ecosystem projects joining, the VCs, the developers, the founders, and so many more people coming in and speaking and mentoring. That it is truly a very interesting opportunity for those that want to make more connections within the ecosystem and that want to polish their idea. If there's anything that you doubt about, that you are unsure, that you feel like you need more advice on, or you need more research, a bootcamp is it is a very easy way to do that, because there is everything that you need already prepared. So you don't have to make this homework of figuring out what people to connect to, where to find the users that will test your app. There's everything that you need, and we are all going to be, the TON Society members are going to be on the spot, as well as the TON Foundation team, TON Ventures team, TON Accelerator team. Please meet with us in real life, and let's make sure that you have all of the needed resources that you need in order to build, and all of the needed knowledge and expertise that you need.
Let's go. So 20 bootcamps starting next week across 6 weeks, all happening simultaneously. Like this is a massive operation. It's the biggest one we've ever done. We're expecting 5,000 participants across all the boot camps, all of them builders, all of them looking to figure out ways to build on TON. We're expecting 2,000 applicants to the hackathon, and we're expecting, many more, many winners out of that will win the rewards, share the $3.4 million that we've managed to collect from all of our partners and all of our capital partners. This is the next step of TON's evolution. If you want to be involved, if you have an idea, even if you have just a figment of an idea and you need to talk it through with someone, come to the boot camps. Please go find your co-founder, go find your marketer, go find your designer, go find your technical co-founder, go meet a developer, tell him your idea, and potentially you will be the next big project on TON. We heard from DeDust. The guys came from a TON hackathon. Now they're title sponsors at a TON hackathon. It's incredible, the circle of life that's happening on chain, the opportunities that are happening on chain for everyone that gets involved. So I'm so excited to kick this off today. This will be the first of many more live streams that we do throughout the Hackers League. All of our title sponsors will be giving detailed workshops on exactly how to get involved with their track. We'll also have presentations from some of the judges, including Pantera Capital are involved as a judge. So if you want to get your project in front of Pantera Capital, you know what to do. Attend the bootcamp, apply for the hackathon, have a great time this winter, right? Don't stay inside, get out, meet some people, have some fun, come and join TON ecosystem and TON community. So with that all said, I think we've got through everything. Have we got through everything here? Oh, so just one last thing. If you're looking and you can't find the list of boot camps, go to society.ton.org and you will find the offline boot camps tab section at society.ton.org. Every single boot camp that we are running, the Luma link is already there. You can go straight and register for that right this very second. And you can check, if you didn't hear all of the names of the cities, you can check which city is the closest to you. Get down there, meet some friends, and make some friends, build connections, and potentially find a co-founder and change your life. This is really a crazy thing in that you could really come into this boot camp and you could, at the end of it, be walking away with several thousand, tens of thousands of dollars in prizes, potentially a warm introductions to all the VCs, potential like seed investment from a VC, 100,000, maybe even 1 million users if you can harness the virality of TON and Telegram. This is the power of it. It's happening just over the next 6 weeks. And then after that, the hackathon finally finishes. The winner's ceremony will be in mid-December. So all that and more to look forward to, guys. Thank you so much for your time on the Saturday. That's it from me. Let's wrap this up. I've rambled on for far too long. Thank you, Helena, for organizing, and let's go.